Greetings, gentlemen. I believe all necessary command personnel are present, and with the permission of the Generalleutnant, I'll brief you on our coming assault on Ras el Mdauuar. As you know, we have conquered all of Cyrenaica apart from Tobruk. Unless Tobruk falls, we will not be in a position to drive into Egypt and seize the Suez Canal. Tobruk is the key to solving our logistical nightmare. Our previous probes against Tobruk's perimeter have not been successful, but now we shall attempt a full, highly organized assault against a linchpin of Tobruk's outer defense, the prominence known as Ras el Mdauuar. If we penetrate here and seize this height, we shall be in a position to press our panzers forward and collapse the entire defense of this obstinate citadel. This will not be an easy attack. The British defenses are deep, and their counterattacks will be desperate. Moreover, the Luftwaffe has its own logistical problems and cannot provide the air support we need. Nevertheless, gentlemen, we must prevail. If we do not, we risk losing our strategic momentum and giving England a chance it needs to attempt the relief of Tobruk. Forward, and good luck.
Hello and welcome back to Afrika Korps and our second mission. Yeah, we are right at the battlefield and I've already done a few things. I bought overstrengths for all our damaged units. I could afford elite replacements. I played around a little bit with what I can afford and I can't afford. So we had a little bit over 800 prestige to work with, and so pretty heavy losses actually last time. Almost more than half of our prestige got lost or used, only to get back to full strengths. But let's see, let's take a look at the units we have available. I have to get familiar with the units here, so I might as well show you some of the options here. We are going to leave the artillery alone for now. We can't do anything here. We will leave the fighter because we can't deploy him here. No upgrades available here, but we can check out this anti-tank cannon. And of course we could do a Panzerjäger, but that's more expensive and that's an in-family upgrade, so it's much cheaper. And maybe we are going to dedicate this episode or this playthrough of Afrika Korps to some underused or underrated units. And let's try to use the flak and let's try to use Taut anti-tank cannons. Why not? So let's do that. We got an elite unit, that's great, and Panzer IV. We will obviously keep the Italian tanks and we can do a, in-family upgrade here. This one gets additional armor. And the Italian tanks are extremely slow. That's a problem. They've not the greatest armor, but it's not that bad. They have great close defense, so they are, better against cities, but still not advisable to do it. But you might stand a better chance if you're fighting on the dunes, I guess. And they have an anti-aircraft machine gun. That's nice too. The soft attack is okay. The hard attack not that great. We can compare this to a German counterpart. But let's upgrade them first. So let's remember 5, 6. No, let's go here. So we have 5-9 here, so same on the on the soft targets. The armor is better on the German version, especially if we are going to upgrade, but the close defense a little bit weaker. So let's do this, and I will do only in family upgrades here. We can't afford anything else. And here for the Panzer II we have an interesting option. The Flammpanzer, this is a really great unit. Very high values on the soft attack and on the close defense. That's nice. So this is the one you want to send against cities. And yeah, sorry, I have a little bit of a cold, so my voice might sound a little peculiar here. But yeah, you have to keep him guarded. He's not ready to go up against other tanks, but it's a great unit because it's an engineer ability as well. So yeah, we will buy him. And what's this? Yeah, we already did this. We will keep the Italian infantry as is, at least the Bersaglieri, but the regular Italian infantry is almost completely useless. It has initiative of 0, so they will always get fired at first. So that's not what you want. But the interesting thing is, those are all in-family upgrades, not even the cavalry. So that's nice. So you can switch between those with no cost, I think. And yeah, I think there is a mistake here. I think the Bersaglieri have only a movement range of 2 in game. I'm pretty sure that's the case, but we will check it. And they have better initiative and are overall a decent infantry unit. The Alpini worse against hard targets, but they actually have, well, better defense a little bit, but the initiative value of 1 compared to the 2 here is a great deal. But I think they should have a full movement range of 3, and that's very helpful on infantry, because if all your infantry has movement range of 2, well, you're blocking your ways, you're always 1 hex off the intended target. So I think we will mix that up and do the quicker unit here, because we have 2 slow German infantry units here. And for those we'll do the same, and we can compare the performance afterwards, because we have the Bersaglieri here. Let's see. Well, it says movement range of 3, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case. But we can switch it up. Doesn't cost anything. So we can do whatever we like here. So and now we have already used all our prestige. Yeah, I've tried that before. That's why I saved here. Just not to, well, go on and rumble about the infantry units and the possible upgrades here for half an hour. Yeah, so for deployment, we have, this is an interesting map, and I think that with my love of strong points, this is maybe a nightmare map for me. But we're not going to take on all of those. Yeah, obviously the best way is to break through on one position and then, well, no need to attack the whole line and then go, well, spread out once you're through the defenses. But let's take a look. We have 1 target here in the south and already units here, so maybe that's enough. We will yeah, deploy some units here just in case. But our main strike force will be here, and yeah, the attack vector will be like this. And oops, didn't want to do that. So let's see. Well, pretty obvious. I want the anti-tank cannon to test against the first strong point here. It's S5. Ah, these are fortifications. Yeah, they look like strong points. And then we want infantry units in the back. Well, the problem is that doesn't help us actually. Because we can go here and we can go... we don't want to go here because then we get attacked. Yeah, we could go like this, destroy this, move the artillery here so we are protected. That's an option. But then this hex has to be free. So yeah, actually we don't, there's no need to deploy more units here. Well, we will deploy them obviously, but we can't bring them into the fight. So maybe the best thing is to bring the artillery so that it's in firing range. And the quicker units we'll do in the back. Well, actually, let's bring one of our quicker units to the front, because maybe there are some juicy targets in the back and we might be able to reach them. So let's do it like that. Now the artillery can move down on fire. Well, we have absolutely enough scouts here. Let's keep that for now. Well, and this self-propelled anti-tank cannon is not too great in the circumstances. It's going to the back, because I think the fortifications, they have a very high hard attack. Yeah, 10 actually. So not a great idea to attack it with a low defense Panzerjäger here. Yeah, and then let's do the infantry. Why not? Let's bring a scout. And some backup units for the south. And our final tank. And with that we are set. We can't use those two, but they will be completely useless here anyways. So that were my thoughts about, well, setup on this particular mission. It's called, well, don't remember, Ras el Mdauuar. I really don't know how to pronounce those. But let's jump into it. We have 15 turns and we have to take all targets for a major victory, I think. Control at least 2 objectives. Yeah, decisive victory, control all objectives. That shouldn't be a problem. So Let's do the easy part first. Let's do a quick check. There doesn't seem to be anything in the way. And no, those are the Alpini. Only movement range of 2, but maybe that's because of the desert. I'm really puzzled right now. Maybe someone has a helpful idea on the comments. Yeah, we'll use this one to block our victory location. Don't expect a counterattack here, but you never know. And yeah, those movement range of 2. 2. 2, so even on the road they have only 2. Like those. So maybe this is a mistake, or I'm completely ignorant here. Yeah, but not too great. Let's see if we can. Yeah, the pioneers are pretty much essential here. And wow, there's a second line of strong points here. But yeah, I already knew as much from watching Tick's video, so that's not the biggest surprise. And yeah, as expected, there's at least some defensive artillery in the back, but not too much. And if we manage to break this strong point in the first turn, we might be able to accomplish something here. Yeah, and this way we can use it for mass attack bonus and clear the hex to move up the artillery. So now we should have 0 losses, but let's not risk it. Try to suppress it at least a little bit. 2 suppression, I'm fine with that. 8 damage, none taken, that's the way I like it. And I'm trying to use my anti-tank cannon here. Perfect. And yeah, I'm not going to move here. Maybe there are some more opportunities. Ah, damn it. Should have positioned this further onward, because now I cannot protect this flam tank against the strong point here. And should have deployed one of the engineers in this direction. So, pro tip, you can optimize things here a little bit. But it's always easy in hindsight. So, let's check. Maybe we can do something here. No. So let's not risk our core Flampanzer. And maybe we can one-shot this thing. That would be really helpful. Yeah, just like that. I don't want it to reinforce here between the fortifications. That's not what I like. Yeah, but the Panzer III is actually doing okay here. And I think with artillery support We can leave them positioned like that. And yeah, then we will start to advance, bring the tanks to the front. I'm not going to waste any ammunition here. Ammunition is always very crucial in the desert campaign. Yeah, and let's simply check here. No. 5 losses, only 2 damaged. That's not what we want. Yeah, and well, we can't go anywhere. Maybe go here so we can at least take a shot here next turn. And there is no valid opportunity for our Panzer, that's too bad. Let's bring... Yeah, and I don't expect any counterattacks through those defensive lines. There doesn't seem to be anything here. Nope. So this seems to be simple enough for the moment. So let's end our first turn. There's nothing we can do. Perfect. They didn't dare to attack us here. And then we can try our shiny new pucks on the fortress. Again, we can use the scout to provide temporary mass attack bonus. And these are not the greatest odds. Only 1 suppression. But we have to get through here. 4, that's good. Only 1 taken. Great attack. 3, wow. 3 and 3, but that's fair. This one, well, not ideal. Nope. Yeah, and maybe we are going to attack more of the strong points here, but it should be pretty easy to get this one. But our real targets are around here. So let's see. Maybe it's a good idea to get more of the strong points just to make room for maneuvering here. Well, but it's virtually impossible to really suppress them. But see, the flum tank, it's great. Well, 1 damage taken. We will send it back for now. And I'm not sure if I want to attack this one. That seems kind of a waste because we do want to take this one, this one, this one, and this one. But I don't think we will mess around with him. Ah, damn it. Should have used it on this because I can take this down anyways. And yeah, I think I want the experience of one of my core units here. just like that. Perfect. Yeah, let's check. Nothing here. Let's withdraw and maybe, yeah, maybe we get it anyways, just to clear the way here. Yeah, let's do it. Wow, that paid off big time. And Panzer IV is not that well equipped to deal with obstacles like that. And yeah, now we have blown a big gap into the line. Oh no, that's really bad. But we have still full strengths on our engineers, and honestly, I would like to keep it that way. Now we are protected, and now we have to set up for a good attack next turn. And I think the Panzer III in the open can take it. Well, where is a scout when you need one? I would like to have a strong unit here, but obviously none can go this way. So let's risk the Panzerjäger, but this one is not that great as a, well, unit to, as a spearhead. Yeah, and we have to bring the infantry forward. I'm having some trouble deploying my anti-tank cannon, but that was to be expected. But we will try. Don't worry. So no use moving it, because we are on the road, so that's, I think, the best location. And we could go into the trenches, but this is certain to attack, and why risk it? So let's resupply. We've done everything. Let's resupply. Let's end the turn. Nothing. So we were perfectly guarded here. And then I'm tempted to let my core units do the attack here. Well, don't want to position it here, even if it's a non-core unit. And first target taken. we can now form a defensive line here with the artillery, but we will do that later. But I think this is okay. Then we will have to break through this one. Can deal 2 times mass attack bonus, so that's obvious. Let's bring the scout to the front. This one has 15 strength points. That's crazy. But it all depends on the initial blow we are able to deal here. Well, only 4, but we didn't take too much damage in return. And decent suppression. Only 1 damage taken, that's okay, I can live with that. Well, that one was much better. Now, let's get it out of the way. Then we can move the first engineer ready to attack in this direction, and maybe we can still accomplish something here. Well, not quite. Well, maybe. Should have checked earlier. So this way we lost the mass attack bonus. And bring the tank forward. Actually, both of them. Well, let's see. We don't know what's in the back here. So we could go here, but that's a somewhat risky maneuver. Because if an infantry unit is here, it can go like this and attack. But maybe I'm okay with that. What's the vision range on those things? It's 4. That's crazy. But this is those are too exposed. One possibility is here, but again, that way we're open from many sides. I'm not going to risk that. But we can do it like that. We are protected here. Yeah, and move forward along the road. Why not? We'll keep it like that. That way we are at least in artillery protection, and can scout forward if we have to next turn. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Let's end the turn and let's hope we've not overextended here. Nope, everything is fine. Yeah, that's easy. At least for now. There's nothing to do here. But that's a long way to go. I'm not sure if we should go forward here. Well, a look doesn't hurt, I guess. But no way we are getting through here. So let's form a defensive line here and keep it that way. And I hope we didn't trigger them now. But we are digging in rather quickly here. So we should be fine. I don't think those Matildas can break this fortifications. No way they can do it. So, next. Let's send our proven and tested engineer team to take out this final fortification. We want additional mass attack bonus. Well, it's not. Additional scouting, we seem to be fine. Let's do it. I don't want to waste the ammunition. Wow, we're having a lucky day here. Yeah, we should be safe in this direction. The engineers did their job. Phew, and now let's check. Okay. We spotted a cruiser. There is one cannon right here. But our first issue is this cruiser tank. Well, that's not good. That's not too great either. Yeah, I want to position this artillery in a way so that it can provide mass attack bonus. It can provide defense for those tanks next turn. But at the same time, yeah, let's do it. Why not? No damage taken, cruiser dealt with. That's the way we like it. Then we will form a defensive line like this, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're in detection range. That's too bad. But now I'm tempted to take out more of them just because I can. But no, let's not do anything stupid here. Just in case, now we're having an impenetrable line here. And we can move our infantry in a position to strike next time. But it's too risky here, we could get attacked. It's safe here. Yeah, so let's just do it like this. And yeah, we are blocking our way here. Yeah. Maybe just resupply for now. There's nothing we can do. We're set here. We are set here. So let's end the turn. Yeah, great, we triggered them. But I really don't think they stand a chance here. We'll just stay where we are. Resupply. And trust in the power of entrenchment. And I think this is the last turn we are doing, then I'm going to make a break. So let's see, definitely resupply here. And maybe we are taking our time here. This is a vision range of 2. So let's scout in this direction. Well, there's an infantry unit. I want to bring infantry in position to attack the quarter pounder here. It's no use going in here right now. Let's move one of the engineers into strike distance. Same with the flum tank. Yeah, and this is simply not strong enough. Yeah, nothing useful we can do. But we can take the opportunity to refuel. We have still 10 turns to go to reach this target and to take Ras el Mdauuar. It's, well, not exactly heavily defended, I would say. And with that, yeah, let's watch the English turn. And then with that, I would say we're calling it a day. Yeah, in case of a counterattack, we don't need, well, maybe, no, we don't need more scouts. We'll keep it here. That's it, and let's end the turn. That's fine. So now we have another cruiser tank we have to deal with, but we have perfect striking range. And we didn't need the scout. We have an additional one here. And we have some tanks in the area, so I'm not worried. And nothing crucial happened. So we are already ready to attack here. And, well, I don't think we have to move here. We are digging ourselves in, so I'm pretty happy the way we're positioned right now. I'm thinking about moving to the trenches, but there's an artillery unit here, so that's no use. So yeah, that's it. First part, and see you back for the second part. Bye.